US offers the big bucks to encourage OEMs to retool factories for EVs. The United States is prepared to hand out $12 billion in grants and loans for OEMs that wish to retool currently built production facilities in preparation for electric vehicle production. Energy Secretary for the Biden administration Jennifer Granholm said $10 billion will come from the Energy Department's Loans Program Office, while $2 billion will come from the Inflation Reduction Act, which has helped encourage a faster transition to EVs. It will also offer $3.5 billion in funding to domestic battery manufacturers, a press release from the Biden-Harris administration said. President Biden is investing in the workforce and factories that made our country a global manufacturing powerhouse, Granholm said. Today's announcements show that President Biden understands that building the cars of the future also necessitates helping the communities challenged by the transition away from the internal combustion engine. Reuters suggests in its report that the grants and subsidies could help the White House curb criticism from the UAW over environmental rules that were recently proposed to help bring in EVs. The UAW has opposed the push as it warned the Biden administration that it could cost thousands of jobs in areas where vehicle manufacturing is especially prevalent. This includes Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. Today's plans to inject billions into the automotive sector were made possible by the Biden administration's Investing in America agenda. The plan aims to invest $500 billion in private sector manufacturing and clean energy investments in the United States, creating good-paying jobs and supporting collective bargaining, and building a clean energy economy that will combat the climate crisis and make our communities more resilient, the White House said. Source: reposted and summarized from Joey Klender at Teslarati. Tesla Model 3 Highland now available in Australia. After months of speculation, spy shots, and leaked information, the refreshed Tesla Model 3, also known as Project Highland, is finally out in the world, or at least in part of it. Initially, after breaking cover yesterday, the facelifted entry-level EV was made available in all of the left-hand drive LHD European countries, where Tesla has a presence, as well as the Middle East. According to the company's official website, customers in these countries can expect delivery of their newly spec'd Model 3 as soon as October, with only the rear-wheel drive standard range and dual-motor all-wheel drive long-range versions displayed in the configurator. Now, after a quick browse on the firm's website, we've learned that the revised Tesla Model 3 is also available in some right-hand drive RHD markets, including Australia and New Zealand. As per the webpage, orders coming from this part of the world will be fulfilled between January 2024 and March 2024. At the same time, however, the United Kingdom and Ireland, which are also RHD markets, have to make do with the previous, non-upgraded version of the EV, with no clear mention of when the facelift will make its way to customers in these two countries. Considering all the countries mentioned above get their Model 3 builds from Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory in China, it's unclear why prospective buyers in the UK and Ireland can't get their hands on a new Model 3 at the same time as people in Australia and New Zealand. Additionally, Japan, which also has traffic driving on the left side of the road, will get the first Model 3 Highland units starting in December 2023. The United States, Canada, and Mexico are still on the waiting list for the new EV, with production expected to begin at Tesla's Fremont factory later this year. Here is a brief list of countries where Model 3 Highland is currently available for order and the estimated delivery time, according to the company's website. Europe, October. Middle East, October. China, Q4 2023. Australia, New Zealand, January 2024 to March 2024. Malaysia, late 2023. Japan, December 2023 to March 2024. UK and Ireland, not yet available. Canada, not yet available. US, not yet available. Singapore, not yet available. Korea, not yet available. As a reminder, the facelifted Tesla Model 3 comes 6 years after the sedan's initial launch and features a slightly redesigned exterior. A minimalist interior with ambient lighting and a rear screen, as well as a slightly larger trunk. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nistrin at Inside EVS. Tesla significantly cuts Model S and Model X prices. Tesla has removed the standard range variant for both the Model S and Model X from its website, just 2 weeks after it introduced the slightly more affordable version. Last month, a Tesla Model S standard range had a starting price of $78,490 and offered a driving range of 320 miles. While the Model X standard range had an MSRP of $88,490 and an estimated range of 269 miles. Today, both are gone from the online configurator. But the idea of a cheaper flagship isn't completely lost because Tesla also significantly lowered the asking prices of the remaining trim levels, making the standard range variant redundant. Now, the dual-motor all-wheel drive Model S starts from $74,990 in the United States, while the base Model X has an MSRP of $79,990. The tri-motor all-wheel drive Plaid goes from $89,990 for both models, a reduction of $18,500, while the regular variant of the Model S is now $13,500 cheaper. The entry-level Model X is also $18,500 more affordable than before. According to the company's website, a base Model S has an EPA estimated range of 405 miles, with the Plaid bringing it down to 396 miles. At the same time, the entry-level Model X has an EPA estimated range of 348 miles, while the Model X Plaid can travel up to 333 miles on a full charge. When it was introduced last month, the short-lived standard range version was said to feature the same battery pack as the long-range variant, but software locked to offer fewer miles on the road. The pricing change is just one of the several updates made in a single day by Tesla, the biggest news being the launch of the revamped Model 3. Also known as Project Highland, the Austin-based EV maker also made all of the color choices for the Model S and Model X cost-free options today, and reduced the price of its so-called full self-driving suite to $12,000, down from $15,000. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nistrin at Inside EVS. New Model 3 has lowest absolute drag of any Tesla. The facelifted Tesla Model 3 is here, and there's a lot to talk about, even though one might be tempted to believe we're dealing with an average mid-cycle nip and tuck. Besides the styling and equipment updates that are detailed in our debut article, the 2024 Model 3 brings a serious improvement in aerodynamics and therefore in efficiency and range. According to official information compiled by Sawyer Merritt on X, formerly Twitter, the new Model 3 is the most aerodynamic Tesla ever, with a drag coefficient of 0.219. However, the Model S has a drag coefficient of 0.208, so what does Tesla mean? In one photo from the new Model 3's official launch in Norway, a slide is visible that reads lowest absolute drag of any Tesla 0.219. While we wait for Tesla to clear this confusion up, it must be said that the most aerodynamic production car on sale today is the Lucid Air with a drag coefficient of 0.197. As for the facelifted Model 3, it sees an almost 5% improvement over the outgoing model's CD of 0.23. And its improved aerodynamic performance is the single most important factor that contributes to the new Tesla Model 3's efficiency increase of 8%. Obviously, a car that's more efficient covers a longer distance on a full battery charge, and that's exactly the case with the facelifted Model 3. Tesla says that range has increased by up to 12% on the WLTP test cycle. With the Model 3 RWD now rated at 344 miles WLTP and the Model 3 long range at 421 miles WLTP, EPA range ratings haven't been released yet. Most of the increase in aerodynamic efficiency is due to the more streamlined front end. Featuring a more rounded bumper with smoother surfaces, no more fog lights, smaller horizontal headlights, and a flatter hood. But Tesla has also made aerodynamic improvements in other areas, such as the redesigned lower rear bumper that now features an air diffuser, and the two new wheel designs which are said to optimize battery life. The standard choice is the 18-inch Photon alloy wheel, which features 7 blade-like spokes and is painted black. There's also a 19-inch Nova wheel on offer, which is a $1,845 €1,700 option in Germany. This rim has a more traditional design with 10 slimmer twisted spokes, and it looks a lot like the outgoing Model 3 Performance standard wheel choice. While we're on the topic of improved aerodynamics, another welcome side effect on top of increased efficiency and range is enhanced comfort, more specifically wind and ambient noise. The 2024 Tesla Model 3 sees improvements on this front as well, with the automaker quoting a 30% decrease in wind and ambient noise. While that's not entirely due to the more aerodynamic body, its decisive contribution cannot be denied. Source: reposted and summarized from Dan Mihalescu at Inside EVS. All Tesla Model S and Model X paint options are now free. Tesla made some tweaks to the pricing scheme of its flagship cars. The Model S and Model X, which may end up upsetting some customers who already ordered one of the aforementioned EVs. As of today, all of the paint options for both the Model S and Model X are free in all of the countries where the EVs are available, including the United States, according to an update to Tesla's online configurator, which was first spotted by Sawyer Merritt on X, formerly Twitter. Previously, the only no-cost paint option available was Pearl White Multicoat, while the other 4 colors were paid for extras. Solid Black, Midnight Silver Metallic, and Deep Blue Metallic had an asking price of $1,500 each, while Ultra Red, which was introduced in March, was a $3,000 option. The change comes after the cheaper Model 3 and Model Y got a different standard paint color in North America back in July, when Midnight Silver Metallic took the place of the ubiquitous Pearl White Multicoat as the default paint. However, only the standard color is free for the Model 3 and Model Y, while opting for Pearl White Multicoat or Deep Blue Metallic costs an additional $1,000. Furthermore, Solid Black is a $1,500 option, while Red Multicoat adds $2,000 to the MSRP. Last month, Tesla also introduced a more affordable standard range variant for both the Model S and Model X, which reportedly uses the same pack as the long-range version but is software locked to offer less driving range. In the case of the Model S standard range, which has a starting price of $78,490, it can drive up to 320 miles on a full charge with the standard 19-inch Tempest wheels, while a Model X standard range, which starts at $88,490, can go up to 269 miles on a full charge on the included 20-inch Cyberstream wheels. Source: reposted and summarized from Yulia Nistrin at Inside EVS.